Assalamualaikum and hello. In this slide, we would to present about what is distributed computer system. First of all, what is distributed computer system? System consists of multiple processes running on different nodes that must communicate and share data efficiently to achieve a common goal. Managing this system introduces several key challenges, including effective process and threat management, resource naming and discovery, as well as maintaining data replication and consistency across nodes. This project simulates this challenge using Java-based multithreading to demonstrate how distributed system components interact and how different design choices affect system behavior.
So, what is the objective? So, the first objective is to apply fundamental concepts of distributed computing, including threads, interprocess communication, naming system, and data consistency models through a hands-on Java simulation. Second, to design and implement a thread-based distributed system, prototype that demonstrates concurrent process execution, name resolution, and replicated data access. Third, to evaluate different replication and consistency strategies by observing system behavior under concurrent operations and simulated network conditions. Fourth, to analyze system performance, scalability, and correctness using execution logs and test scenario. And lastly, to communicate design decisions, system behavior, and analytical findings through structured documentation and an oral presentation. System architecture overview. The proposed system simulates a distributed computing environment composed of multiple logical nodes connected via a network. Each node executes concurrently using multi-threaded processes and communicates with other nodes through message passing mechanisms. Data is replicated across multiple nodes to improve availability and fault tolerance, while a centralized naming service provides resources discovery and location transparency. The system is designed to mimic the distributed system where clients do not need to know the physical location of resources. Instead, clients interact with logical names, which are resolved dynamically by naming service. The abstraction simplifies client interaction and supports system scalability. Process and thread management. The first one is architecture implementation. The system uses a thread-based distributed model where each node runs as a single Java process containing multiple concurrent threads. The second one is worker and background threads. That is, incoming client requests are handled by dedicated worker threads, while background threads manage replication and consistency enforcement. Lastly is performance relational. That is, a thread-based design was chosen over process-based because threads share memory space, offering lower overhead and faster communication under high concurrency. Multi-threading and shared data. First one is concurrency mechanism. What is concurrency mechanism? It is the system utilizes Java-based multi-threading where each client request is assigned a dedicated worker thread to process read and write operations simultaneously. Secondly is data synchronization. That is shared data access is managed through coordinate access mechanism to prevent race conditions while maintaining the low latency benefits of shared memory space. And lastly is performance advantage. That is, evaluation shows that this thread-based model outperforms process-based design in resource utilization and shared data access speed, especially under high concurrency workloads.
I will briefly explain two naming models used in computer system, flat naming and structure naming, and why both are used together. First, flat naming, also known as unstructured naming. This mechanism uses a hash table similar to a Python dictionary or a Java map. Each resource is given a unique identifier that directly maps to its physical address. There is no hierarchy involved. Because of the flat structure, the system only needs a single memory lookup to locate a resource. This results in very low latency and high speed. Flat naming is highly efficient for large-scale systems where performance and availability are more important than human readability. For this reason, it is commonly used for internal system communication. Next, structure naming, also called hierarchical naming. This model works like DNS. Name are arranged in a tree structure such as uniza.edu.my. To reach the final research address, the system resolves the name level by level. This process take more time compared to flat naming, which increase which increase latency. However, structure naming provide better organization, easier management, and human-readable names. Because of this advantage, it is well suited for enterprise system and user-facing service where clarity and administrative control are important. First, flat naming. Flat naming use a hash table similar to a Java map. Each resource get a unique non-hierarchical ID. Because the lookup only needs one memory access, it gives to lowest latency. This make it very fast and suitable for internet system communication where performance matter most. Next, structure naming. Structure naming follow a DNS like hierarchy, for example, uniza.edu.my. This structure is easier for human to understand and manage. However, it requires multiple resolution steps, which increase lookup latency. In this prototype, a hybrid approach is used. Flat naming is applied internally to maximize throughput and speed. Structure naming is reserved for using-facing service to provide a clear and organized interface. This combination balance performance and usability effectively.
So for the next part, I will be talking about replication and consistency engineering. So why replication and consistency matter? So first of all, what is replication? Replication is keeping multiple copies of data or services across different nodes or locations. Why is it matters? Because replication gives fault tolerance and reliability. It also have high availability, and it increase performance and lower the latency. And lastly, replication give wide scalability. So next is, what is consistency? Consistency defines how up-to-date and synchronized replicate data is across nodes. Why is it matters? Because consistency offers data correctness, predictable system behavior, and application requirements.
So basically, consistency model is on the basis of the design simulation or prototype. Design simulation have three kind of consistency, which is namely as a sequential consistency, eventual consistency, and the last one is client-centric consistency. So these three were designed to examine their effect on the overall system performance. The consistency model vary based on the degree of strictness required in maintaining correctness on the distributed nodes. In general, the above result indicate the more consistent model involve more performance overhead, whereas less consistent model can provide better scalability and robustness but incur temporary inconsistency overhead. Experiment shows that application requirements, workload characteristic, and allowable inconsistency dictate the choice of the consistency model, because no model can meet all performance requirements concurrently. What is sequential consistency? So sequential consistency ensure all operations follow a strict global order. However, this requires intense node synchronization, leading to high coordination costs and significant latency. While it provides maximum correctness, system throughput drops as concurrency increases and availability is often lost during node failure. The second one is eventual consistency. Eventual consistency allows temporary data differences between replicas by performing update asynchronously, ensuring the system remains operational during partial failure. This approach significantly reduces write latency and improves scalability. But under high loads, nodes may briefly provide outdated information until all replicates eventually synchronize to a steady state.
So next, I will be talking about the trade-off between sequential consistency versus eventual consistency. So in sequential consistency, it prioritizes correctness by ensuring all nodes see updates in the same global order. Meanwhile, in eventual consistency, it prioritizes availability and performance. Updates propagates asynchronously, allowing for faster operations. The trade-off is eventual consistency is implemented as the default to ensure system scalability, while sequential consistency is triggered only for critical security-related transactions. So next, I will be talking about the third type of consistency, which is client-centric consistency. So monotonic data access. Monotonic data access ensures consistency from the perspective of individual clients, guaranteeing they always see their own most recently updated values. So client-centric consistency also offers performance metrics. Testing showed that this model provides moderate latency and superior scalability compared to strictly consistent systems. And the next is scalability balance. It effectively reduces instances of inconsistency compared to eventual models while avoiding the heavy overhead of sequential models.
Original vs enhanced system. For this session, it's divided into three parts among them. For the first point is naming schema hybridization. The system was enhanced to utilize flat naming for internal communication and structure naming for user-facing, readable and interface. For the second point is dynamic consistency switching. We implemented a trade-off where eventual consistency is the default for scalability, while sequential consistency is triggered for critical security transaction. For the third point is resilience and fault tolerance. The enhanced system include a node failure recovery mechanism, allowing remaining nodes to stay available during a portal system crash. Performance and key learning. It is divided into three smaller parts among them. For the first part is trade-off analysis. Evaluation confirmed that as consistency, strictness increased or weaker sequential, system throughput decreased significantly due to coordination overhead. For the second part is concurrency bottlenecks. High concurrency in sequential model leads to locking bottlenecks, whereas the tree-based eventual model provides the most stable performance. For the last part is architectural selection. We learned that flat naming with eventual consistency is ideal for large site scalar system, while structure naming with strong consistency is necessary for safety critical tasks. Now we enter to the last part from this presentation. For the conclusion, for the part design optimization, system designer must balance latency, availability, and correctness based on specific application requirements and failure tolerance. For the efficiency vs scalability, is tree-based design are higher height effective for high throughput servers. Through process-based design often superior security and fault isolation for untrust workloads. For the final recommendation is for file load environments, a combination of flat naming and eventual consistency guarantees the best lookup speed and system availability. Thank you.